Okay guys, so to create today's very simple eye look and the entire face makeup, I'm going to start off with the Beauty Bakery Wake and Bake oil, and I'm going to apply that all over my face. I'm going to first just like apply it all over and then tap it in. I also wait a little bit before applying my next product after applying the oil because I don't want to directly go in with either my primer or my foundation. So I do wait a little bit, and I'm also very careful around my brows because the oil can easily erase them. It already happened to me. So now I'm going in with the foundation, and like I said, I did wait a little bit. This one is the Born This Way foundation by Too Faced, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over with my green little Spongeology sponge. I'm really liking this sponge, by the way. It's very similar to the Beauty Blender, and yeah, I like it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this all over. Like I said, this is a full coverage foundation, and with the oil underneath, it makes it so easy, very easy to apply. So I'm loving the oil so far. Like, there's nothing I can say that's bad about it. Next, I'm using the Makeup Forever self-setting concealer, and I have it in the color 21. I have been testing this out so that way I can give you guys a thorough review, and I'm not going to set it today either. I have been using it, setting it and without setting it. I've told you guys this before, and like I said, I'm just testing it out, and it's so easy to blend. I feel like it's lightweight but very full coverage. I'm liking it better without setting it, just so you know, but I'll give you more info in the review video. I did get a shade to highlight with, but it's not like super light either, so I felt like this color was perfect for me. I will have my foundation shades and my concealer shades in the description box below in case you want to compare. I also did this new thing where I concealed that area that I always clean up with powder and like bake. I'm still gonna do that, but I decided to do that this time, and I liked it. I'm gonna continue to do it and see how different it will look. Anyways, I'm going to set my foundation with the Hourglass translucent powder. And you can see there, I'm not going close to my, I'm going kind of close to my under eyes, but I'm not directly on my under eyes. And then to bronze up my face, I'm using this Tarte Pro Glow, the Tarte palette, and it has a blush, a highlight, and a bronzer in there, and I'm using the bronzer from there. And I'm also applying it with a small contouring brush instead of like the big bronzer brush that I use all the time. Alright, so now I'm going to clean up that area that, again, I applied that other concealer there. I still feel like it cleaned it up a little bit more with the concealer underneath. Like, it brightens it up a little bit more under there. And now I'm going to use the darkest blush in here. It's like not too pink, but it is kind of like a reddish pink, and I liked it for today's look. Because since the eyes weren't going to be extra colorful, I can be a little bit more colorful on my cheeks, and it looked really good, so I liked it a lot. It also has a little bit of shimmer in it. And now I'm using the highlight in there and just applying it all over the highlighting areas. I really like it too. It's very glowy. You can tell that I'm also applying this on my brow bone, and I do that sometimes, especially when I know I'm just gonna do like a simple look, nothing that I want exact, like completely matte or anything like that, so I did apply it there too. So I'm just making sure that my eyeshadow wasn't creasy, and I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette and using that brightish light pink shade. It's really pretty, and I'm just applying that all over my transition area. I wanted something a little bit more simple, but it was still a little colorful, you know. It's just like not all the way. We're halfway there. I really like applying color to my eyes, which is why I always prefer that over just something neutral. And this one gives me a little bit of color plus super easy and wearable. I'm just going to go over that a few times to make sure that it's completely blended, and then apply my Urban Decay primer potion all over the eyelid. I'm using this to kind of carve out the eyelid area because I'm gonna apply another shade on there, and this little wand is just really easy to work with. I'm liking it. I'm just taking off the excess primer and using that same brush for my next shade, which is a shimmery light pink shade. I'm just packing the shade on where I put the primer there. And now I'm just blending it into the transition shade, using that same color that I used earlier. Alright, so now I'm just removing the fallout, and I'm going to use this shade to do my lower lash line. And then for my eyeliner, I'm using this one by NYX. This is the matte liquid eyeliner, and I had a problem with this one this time because I kept my old eyeliner because I was gonna keep it for an empties, but I ended up putting it back to my eyeliner little section, and I got it mixed up with my new one, and my eyes were so watery. I couldn't figure out why they were so watery that day, and then I realized I used the old eyeliner, and that's what happened. So now I'm using my waterline pencil by Urban Decay, and I'm applying that on my top tight line only. Now I'm using this one by Pixie, which is such a beautiful purple, and I'm applying that on my lower lash line. Again, this gives me a little bit of color, but nothing crazy and nothing too hard to do. And then I'm using that same highlight that I applied all over my face in my inner corners. So yeah, after I got done with this eye look and my falsies and everything, it looks so cute. And then I had to take off my falsies even before the next video that I was gonna film because it was just too much. Like, my falsies were just getting unstuck because my eyes were so watery. So anyways, for falsies, I'm using these by Ray Beauty. These are in the style Raylin, and they are so nice. They're dramatic, but not too much. They're like dramatic as in they're long. You can tell you're wearing, well, you can tell your lashes are long. Not that you can really tell that they're falsies, but we all know they are. It's just that they're more on the natural side, but still really long, and I like them. So for the lips, I'm using this one by Kylie Cosmetics, and this one is in the color Club. I went a little bit darker for the lips because the eyes were very, very light. And then I remembered I didn't use my lip liner, and I of course prefer to use that because it helps me a little bit. So I went ahead and I applied that on top, and then I went over it with the lipstick. And I'm going over my collarbone and my shoulders so that way I can just add a little bit of glow. I like to do that when my shirts are showing, like my arms and stuff. I feel like it gives me a little bit more glow. And going over it with the sponge so that way it can blend in a little bit more and it's not like so obvious. So this is the complete look. I hope you guys liked it, and it was a little bit longer. I actually showed you both eyes. Let me know what you think about that type of video, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.